Children, I hope all of you are fine. So as you can see the pictures of rivers, so I hope you all have guessed it till now that today we are going to read the poem, The River. So this video is meant for class 4 literature. The name of the poem is The River and the poet is Valerie Bloom. So first of all, let us know about Valerie Bloom. She was born and grew up in Clarendon, Jamaica. Much of her life and work has been influenced by the Caribbean life and culture. Valerie's work first became known when she won a national competition. Later, she moved to England where she now lives with her family in Kent. Her work has been published in over 200 anthologies. So in this poem, children, we are going to read a river journey from the mountains to the plains. In this poem, the poet described the river as if it is a person who does different things and has many different moods. So yes, children, here the poet describes it like the river is like a person. Okay, and even she has compared the river to so many things. One by one, we are going to read it. The main purpose of this poem is, see, we will read about nature. We are getting to know about nature, so we can appreciate, we can identify about more about our nature. Let us begin the poem then. The river's a wanderer, a nomad, and a tramp. She doesn't choose one place to set up her camp. So here the first comparison made by the poet, that river is like a traveler. Wanderer means a person who moves from one place to another. Nomad means a person who moves from one place to another but with family and belongings. Tramps means suppose a person is not having any kind of job or home, so that is why that person is moving from that place to another place. So as like a wanderer, a person who is going from one place to another, she also does not choose one place to set up her camp. The river also, like a wanderer, does not live in one place. Instead, she is continuously on move. The river's a winder through valley and hill. She twists and turns, she just cannot be still. So the river moves with twists and turns through the valleys and hills, and it twists and turns because it cannot stay still, as we read in the previous paragraph, isn't it? The river. So here you can see the river is going from one direction to another in a different direction, here and there, twists and turns, everything. Winder means not straight, something which is not straight. Instead, it is moving in a ups and down or a twist and turn direction. Let us move to the next paragraph. The river's a hoarder, and she buries down deep all those little treasures she wants to keep. First and foremost, what does hoarder means? Hoarder means a person who collects and stores things. Yes, you all also have a habit, no? Many of you would be having a hobby of collecting stamps, coins, or something which you like, you try to collect it. In the similar manner, river is also like a person. The comparison is made to a hoarder, a person who collects things. So she also collects all those things and buries all those treasures in a deep, deep down. Okay. The river's a baby. She gurgles and hums and sounds like she is happily sucking her thumb. So yes, here the comparison is made with a baby. The poet says that the river is like a baby, because when the water is flowing quickly through a narrow space, it makes some kinds of noise, no? Some gurgling, some sucking, some humming sound, like how baby makes, isn't it? When they are happily sucking their thumbs. Yes, in this manner. So the river also, whenever it is passing from one or the other places, they also make a sound like baby. So So we can say that the poet has tried to compare the river to a baby. So till now, what all comparison was made, children? Once again, let us revise. Rivers a wanderer. First comparison was that. Second was the rivers a winder. Third is the rivers a hoarder. And the fourth one is the rivers a baby. Let's see what's the last one. So in the last, the comparison is made with a singer. The river's a singer as she dances along. The countryside's echoes, the notes of a song. So here, children, the poet has tried to make a comparison of a river to a beautiful singer. And not just a singer, she also dances and moves along her path. The countryside and all the areas like who are very close to the river, they could hear the notes of a song. The music echoes in all the areas. Okay. Like a singer, you can see a singer here, isn't it? So children, here personification is made, personification showing something as a person or one thing like another. Here the poet personifies the river, calling it a wanderer, a nomad, a tramp, a hoarder, a baby and a singer. So all at once we can say the poet describes the river like a person. The person is dancing, twisting and turning. In the similar way, the river is also twisting and turning and moving in one place to another. The theme of this story. Here, the river is shown as a living being. Okay, like a person. So, everything we read, the comparison is made very clearly how the river is considered as a wanderer, a person who moves from one place to another. Similarly, river also moves. Second, the river is a winder, got the twist and turn. Since it is moving through valleys and hills, definitely it has also got some twists and turns. Third paragraph, the river is a hoarder, someone who collects things. In the similar way, river also collects the stones, some pieces, so whatever things they get in their way, they try to bury inside them. Fourth paragraph, you will find the river is a baby, how the baby makes noises, the sounds. In the similar manner, a river also, while covering all its path, makes some kinds of sound. And at the last paragraph, as you can see, the comparison made here is as a singer. So like how a singer sings a song, the voice echoes everywhere. In the similar way, the river, it makes some kinds of beautiful noises or sounds, you can say, which echoes all the countryside. So let us have a look at the rhyming scheme here. Let me move to the first. So here we can have a look at the rhyming scheme, children. So here you can see wanderer. So simply we are going to write A here. Tramp, is my wanderer and tramp rhyming with each other? No, it isn't. So I am going to write here B. Third line you will find place. Place, is it rhyming with any of these? Wanderer, tramp, place? No, it isn't rhyming. So I will be writing here as C. So the last line is camp. Is my camp rhyming with any of these? Camp, wanderer? No. Camp, tramp? Yes, so it is rhyming. So my pattern is A, B, C, B. So this is my rhyme scheme here in this story. Next, we will discuss about the exercises, children. If you have your books with you, you can move to page number 123. You will find one table. Yes, this is the table. So you all have to find the rhyming word pairs from the poem as well as the metaphors used to describe the river. So here the first is tramp camp. Yes, in the first paragraph, this is the rhyming one. The second is hill still. Third is deep keep. Hums, thumbs, a long song. Metaphors, when we come to metaphors, these are Rivers are wanderer, the rivers are winder, a hoarder, a baby, and a singer, as we all have remembered all the metaphors, isn't it? Let us move to this reference to context. These few extracts or lines are given. From there, we have to answer few questions. Let us give a try. So read these lines and answer the questions that follow. The river is a wanderer, a nomad, a tramp. She doesn't choose one place to set up her camp. The river is a winder through valley and hills. She twists and she turns. She just cannot be still. So the first question is wanderer, nomad, and tramp. What do these words tells us about the river? So these words tells us that the river is always moving and it does not stay still. Let us move to bit number 2. What are the different places that river flows? River flows through valley and hills. The river flows through valley and hill. Bit number 3. In your own words, give the meaning of to set up camp. To set up camp means to stay still in one place. Bit number B. The river's a hoarder. And she buries down deep all those little treasures she wants to keep. So why is the river called a hoarder? So the river is a hoarder because she buries everything that falls into her. Which word means puts deep inside? The word that means puts deep inside is buries. What do you think are the treasure that the river wants to keep? I think the treasures that the river wants to keep are small stones, rocks, and minerals. So here we have finished up. You can take this screenshot if you want to write it later on. I hope you all have understood the chapter well. Thank you so much for watching the video. Have a great day ahead.